This day, Chamber of Commerce weather day, and a lot of attention, Coach, on about what the first play was going to be, what was going to be run, and here's an option, and Tyler Wortman kind of spoiled the action here for the Red Squad on the first play of the game.
Well, yeah, it's my fault. I mean, he shouldn't have. He was supposed to stay, he knows that the quarterbacks know that, they're not live, and he reaches out and hits the ball, and I should have just started it over again, but that obviously put the white team in a bad situation right off the bat. And, if he would have got the pitch, it probably would have went for a while. But the way it looked, but Marlon was able to finish the drive off, and not quite the way that we wanted to start because it looked sloppy to start the game, but made for a little bit of fun. But it came out and had. In the old eye bone, and players want to have a little bit of fun with that.
Why not? First play of the game. Well, Marlon does get that touchdown, the cap off a short drive with a short field for the Red Squad. Then the white gets the ball back, and Roy Halu, I know is a guy you're excited about. He's had a good spring, and he ended up being the leading rusher in this game for both sides.
Tremendous player and good all-around talent, and runs with speed, toughness. He really had a tremendous spring. We're real excited about where he is and what he brings to our team. He's, if he just stays on track and stays with what he did and builds on what he did through the spring, he's going to have a heck of a year for us.
White able to move the ball on this drive out near midfield, then it stalls. Zach Potter gets credited with a sack here, and quarterbacks were not live, and actually Zach bats the ball down. That's one of those things the defense can do to affect a play is get those big arms up in the air.
Yeah, we're going to focus on putting pressure on the quarterback, and really like what the way our guys up front have developed, and it's. I think we're going to, obviously, if you can't, you got to be able to put pressure on these quarterbacks, especially with all the spread offenses we're going to see in this league. So,
the red needs to go over 80 yards on this drive, and they get a huge play here. Joe Gans is going to hit Kerensky-Gillian with a 77-yard pass play. What a gorgeous pass here, coached by Joe, and a nice pattern run by Gillian.
Well, it's just the kind of spring that Joe's had. He's played very well for us, and Kerensky's going to be he's a big play threat for us, and a guy who probably as explosive a guy as we have on the team, and it was good to see him, have that kind of success. And he can be a big part of our football team, and if he just keeps developing.
One of those young receivers trying to make a name for himself and get some playing time in the fall, and a pretty exciting play there early in the game, and the Red jumps out in front here, 14-0 after this touchdown, and White's kind of spinning a little bit. They get the football back after Kerensky gets in the end zone there, and your Red defense did some nice things throughout this game today. We've got a sack coming up here from Terrence Moore. We called Terrence Moore's name a couple of times in the game yesterday. Talk about his spring.
He's getting better. He's he's developed, and he's got a ways to go. But for a young guy, he's starting to understand the technique that we want him to play with, and he's coming along. He's very eager, and he has some ability. I think that hopefully he keeps developing, because we need a couple of of the younger guys to step up in the inside, and he showed the ability that he can be one of those guys.
Dan Titchener with the punt here, and Marcus Mendoza had a tough time. It was a tough Sunday. There was not any cloud cover up there, but still, it's one of those things you either need to make the catch or get the heck out of the way, I would guess there.
Yeah, we had a couple issues there, and he's actually been very solid catching the ball up until that point, and he just struggled with the sun a little bit, and that's something we'll get corrected in, obviously in the for fall camp.
Marcus with a couple of carries here, and then a sack by Cody Glenn, and Cody sure made a lot of news this spring by making that switch from running back to linebacker. What about his development at that position?
Well, I think he's going to be a heck of a player for us, and he's come a long way in a short amount of time. He's very instinctive, and for somebody who's been playing offense for however many years, for 4 years or so, and he made the transition very quickly, and I think he'll could be very good for us and a playmaker at the will linebacker spot.
The White unable to get it going on this drive either. Zach Potter's going to make a play here on Quentin Castile. Zach's another guy I know you're counting on in the fall.
Yeah, Zach Potter, you know, Barry Turner, Pierre Allen had a good spring. You know, Clayton Sievers is developing, and you know, really, you know, taking to the new scheme and all the new coaching. So we're excited about some of the things we have going on at the defensive end spot, and I think it can be a strength for our football team.
Back there's Clayton getting the credit with the sack on that play on Joe Gans. Gans unable to show his running ability here, and Joe's got maybe better feet than a lot of people think. He can get out of the pocket and make some things happen.
Oh yeah, he's athletic and he can run. You know, he's you know, I mean, you know, you're not going to run him 25 times a game, but you know, he has some ability, and he has you know, he can pick him up and put him down, and he'll be fine. And he had a great spring, and he's stepped out not only as his playing but his leadership.
How about Dan Titchener, back as a punter for you? Had a pretty good day kicking the ball for really both sides in this first half. Very
good. You know, we just wanted to work our first team punt here in the first half, and he, you know, he had a good spring. He has good get off time, and we feel good about our kicking game. It's solid with, you know, guys, you know, obviously experience returning.
And helps have a snapper. T.J. O'Leary did such a good job a year ago back for you as your long snapper. And this is going to be the end of the first quarter action here. The White going to run the quarter out, and 14-0, the Red with the lead after the first quarter of the Red-White spring scrimmage. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the action from quarter number 2 from a beautiful Saturday in Lincoln right here on the Nebraska Football Show.